And today we have a reading for you about somebody who is dealing with a codependent connection. Now, this could mean that you have a relationship with a partner that you're trying to figure out what's going on. Are there behaviors or habits indicating some sort of dependency on a substance? But this could also be more of like an emotional codependency, maybe even a financial codependency. And it doesn't have to be in the context of a romantic relationship. But underneath what I think is a somewhat observable or obvious codependency, we have someone who is hiding their emotions. So the reason that this codependency happens is probably tied to someone not really feeling comfortable talking about how they feel, what they've been with, or why they're upset. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of Wind Chan Chan. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com, and that is in the description box in case I said that too quickly for you. You can also find out how to be a member or how to find my homemade candles on Etsy in that description box. Let's dive in with the Under the Oak Tarot. Hello, Hooks. How are we doing? What else do we have? The Wheel, the Sun in the reverse, and the World. Somehow, I believe we have just gotten all three of the cards that have some sort of a disc. Oh, no. The moon sometimes is portrayed as a full moon, or obviously some of them it's a crescent. But we've got something that's coming full circle here. Some sort of a conclusion. And with the Sun in the reverse, I feel like it's like someone doesn't understand how this could be changing. If there is a codependent relationship, I do this and you do that, and one person's looking at it and they're like, you know what, this is like kind of a problem for me. Maybe I need to make some changes. If you've ever watched the show Intervention, there were quite often couples on there that were experiencing the same problems pertaining to addiction, and they like without fail would seek to separate those two because you have to be like on your own when you're focusing on something serious like that, right? I feel like this is someone who is recognizing they need to change or transform something about their life and not be stuck in this codependent loop. But the person that they're dealing with is like, what? You can't quit. Nah. We're going to keep on going the way we've been going for a while. All right. Tell me more. Hello, Jamaica. How are you doing? Hello, Nathan. Oh, happy birthday, Hugs. Hello, Vidya. How are you doing? Vidya, if you ever want me to do a question for you, I'm going to tell you right now that when you are like incessantly spamming the live chat, that's a real quick way to guarantee that I don't want to pull cards for you. I encourage you to come back. I just put you on a little baby timeout, but if you want to come back, the trick would be to keep in mind that I do a general reading for 30 to 35 minutes, and then I do personal questions after that with priority to those who tip or donate a membership or, dollars. And I do often take a free question here or there, but it's not going to be from somebody who's like, do it. I hope you have a wonderful day nonetheless. Hello, Crystal. How are you doing today? Four of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. I know I'm ready for change. I know I want to do something different. I don't want to keep living the same life over and over again. We have someone who's been daydreaming about making this change for a while, but felt like they were going to struggle with that because of this person that is codependent with them or in the same way. So with the Eight of Wands, we have a conversation where someone is hesitantly and nervously saying, I need to make a change, and thinking to themselves, and I know you're going to hate me for it. I know you're going to argue. I know you're going to try to talk me out of it. And I got to say, I'm I'm not even going to feel bad for it. I think it's basically impossible for me to respect someone who is dealing with a person who's trying to make a change in their life, such as giving up drinking or giving up nicotine. And then there's someone who's like, nah, I'm not going to support that. Hey, you want to bum a cigarette? Hey, I brought over a six pack. If you want to make sure you got good karma, then I think we all know the right move is, how can I be supportive? What can I do to make this transformation an easier path for you, right? Because I don't want to make things worse. So I do feel like this could be about substance, or maybe it's something like gambling or overeating or shopping addiction. But we have something here where two people, shopping addiction maybe more so feeds into like a financial codependency. But there's a codependency here between two people. They do not have to be romantic, but they can be, of course. And it's like one person's over here like, this isn't working for me anymore. I can't do this anymore. And I want to keep doing this thing, right? Hey, Kevin, can you do me a favor? You are more than welcome in my live chat, but I'm just going to ask you, can you stop talking about my looks? You've made several comments about my looks, and to be honest, I really don't care. If you want to like make me smile, compliment something that's a little bit more substantive, or compliment someone in the live chat. But I would like to not hear that from you anymore. Hello, YT, how are you doing? This is a tarot reading, a general reading, and we're dealing with a pair. It doesn't have to be a romantic pairing, but there's two people here that are dealing with a codependent connection. Hey, my way. I'm sorry, something's off. Does that mean that you're just gonna like keep it moving? Hello, how's it going, Nora? Hello, Ollie. What's up? We have Five of Cups in the reverse, the Empress in the reverse, and the Seven of Cups in the reverse. Whoever this reading is for, I am proud of you, because I do feel like you have had an uphill battle for much of your life, and you felt like you haven't really had much time to process the difficult things that you've been through, or the betrayals or disappointments from people that should have been caring for you or should have been looking out for you. And yet, you're not letting those things stop you from being honest with yourself about what needs to change and challenging yourself to be a better person tomorrow than you are today. I'm proud of you. Good work. What else? Ace of Wands, Ten of Swords, and the High Priestess in the reverse. So there is a little bit of a concern here. We had, I'm hiding my emotions, right? And with the High Priestess being in the reverse, I feel like this is saying somebody is nervous to have this difficult conversation where they say, something has to change. We've been involved in this codependent connection for a long time now, and it would be easy for me to just be like stuck in that, right? But I need to change something. They don't feel like they can say those words to the person they're dealing with because they know that that person's going to see it as a betrayal. What do you mean you don't want to go drink with me every Tuesday? What do you mean you don't want to, I don't know, go gamble with me? There's this like, we do this together kind of thing. Or, in some instances, this is someone's power over their probably boyfriend or girlfriend. But I do feel like this codependent connection, for some of you, it is manipulative or even bordering on, can I say that word? I'll say where you are not being respectful of somebody's boundaries, or when manipulation goes to the extreme. We have an acknowledgement that things need to change, as well as I know that this person that I'm dealing with is not interested in change. I know this is going to be more difficult because they're going to look at it as a betrayal or a disappointment. Aw, I hope you find something that entertains you, Ray. Hello, Redneck. Did you see my comment in response to your comment today? I hope you did, Redneck, and I hope you listened to it. So we've got the Moon in the reverse and the Knight of Cups in the reverse. With the Page of Wands. There's that manipulative energy. And interesting too, because remember I was saying at the beginning we have all of these like circular cards. The Sun, the Wheel, the World always has that circle. And then we also have the Page of Wands. Very unusual for it to show a cauldron. But I feel like this is someone acknowledging I could just keep on repeating the same mistakes over and over again unless I'm willing to admit that I'm strong enough to change this behavior, or I don't have to keep doing the same thing over and over again. I just have to get over the fear of talking to this person that I care about, who's going to, without a doubt, be disappointed that I want to change, that I don't want to keep doing this thing. But look at this Moon card. We got like an eye in there as well. There's observation happening. How do I find the right time to have this conversation? And is there even just like the tiniest of chances that you would make that change with me? What do you mean by thought process, YT? That's what kind of makes it weird for me. How it works is I'm reading energy. Probably true. We have the King of Swords and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. I don't want to be broke anymore, or I don't want to be bereft of some of the things that I would love to have in my life, just because I always feel like I have to choose this thing that I'm codependent on. So the King of Swords is a card that is telling us we have someone in this reading who is seeing the writing on the wall and saying, I know I need to change. I'm ready to change. I'm just nervous because I know my partner or my friend or my brother, whatever it is, they're going to be so mad at me because I don't want to keep doing the same thing, right? All right, this is the Pulp Tarot. Ray, you can just like search for that on YouTube. There's several like learning tarot videos. But I would recommend not reading for yourself. If you really want to read tarot and be effective, find a buddy. You read for your buddy reads for you. But if you're going to be reading for yourself, I'll tell you right now, you're probably going to read the messages in a biased way. So we have the World in the reverse, the Eight of Cups, and the Page of Swords. I gotta have this conversation. I know that they're gonna be mad at me, but I am walking away from this lifestyle. I am walking away from this pattern of behavior or this toxic connection. I don't want to do that anymore. I know you're gonna be mad, or I know, you're not gonna agree with the reasons that I've highlighted, but I have to make this change. So we got the Six of Swords, Three of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. It's a little sad because I'm hiding my emotions seems to hint at someone daydreaming about things getting better. There's our circle moon again. Daydreaming about things getting better. The Six of Swords is about moving into calmer waters. And yet, with the Three of Swords representing betrayal or disappointment, backstabbing, I can't make this change. I can't do this thing because I know that it's going to cause a problem with this friend, spouse, whoever it might be. It's okay. Pay close attention to your intuition. The Nine of Pentacles is saying you have to choose. Do you want to be stuck forever in this loop of anxiety and frustration or those toxic energies? Or do you want to work on becoming more self sustaining, independent, and capable of making your own decisions without having to feel like someone else's bad judgment is what you should be following? Hello, Preston. The general readings are free, and if you would like a personal question addressed at the end of the general reading, that's where a super chat would come in handy. You can also donate memberships to others. Hello, Third Eye. How are you doing? I can't believe you would cheat on me like that, Third Eye. How rude. But you're back. What else? Really? I was already kind of impressed because we had 2 9s in a row. Well, let's make it 3. 999. Nines are about approaching mastery or the end of a cycle. I know what I need to do. I know what I need to change. I'm ready for something different. I'm ready for something new. I'm not going to just keep repeating the same mistakes or hanging out with the same people who don't want to make any changes in their life. I want to be happier, or I don't want to continue to waste my time or my money on something that isn't really making me happy. You're good, Third Eye. What else? Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, and the Four of Cups. I do feel like this is a situation where you need distance. One person is ready to make a change and the other is not willing to make a change. And I think that's why on intervention we saw a bunch of people who were sent to rehab on their own, or if there was a couple, they were separated and they went to 2 different ones, right? This is saying if this person wants to stay stuck in a set of behaviors or in toxic energy that you know you're done with, then that's their choice. But that doesn't mean that you don't get your choice. That doesn't mean that you have to sacrifice that new chapter or that new beginning because someone else isn't ready for it. And we've got the Emperor coming out for your energy, which is lovely. It's clarifying the Nine of Pentacles. Now, why is this lovely energy? Because this is you saying, I know I'm capable of making this change, even if it isn't, the easiest of things to do. It means a lot to me, and I know I can do it. If I don't do it, I feel like I'm going to end up missing out on the things that I want. 6 of Cups in the reverse. Those are the bad behaviors. When the 6 of Cups is in the reverse, it can talk about like regression or not being able to outgrow or move beyond some of that kind of challenging, immature behavior or those choices that probably line up with that codependent title. This is the Wild Reflections Tarot. I lost it for a second. Hello, Brian. How are you doing today? What else? Ace of Cups. More circles. Ooh, maybe it's because of Post Malone. Maybe it's because of that song. So we've got Ace of Cups paired up with this Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Ace of Cups gets a lot of people excited because they're like, ooh, a love offer. Someone's going to come and tell me that they're obsessed or like they think I'm their soulmate. I don't mean to disappoint, and hopefully it doesn't. This is self-love. This is saying I love and respect myself too much to continue to make a bad decision or to continue to repeat these behaviors that I know are just causing problems for me. I'm not going to keep doing that. Brian, we already had a conversation about this. Do not call me any pet names. My name is Carmen. Nice to meet you, Brian. If you would like to be in my live chat, you're going to have to be respectful, okay? Hello, how's it going, Missy? Yeah, no more settling. I like that. So, this Ace of Cups is saying when you have love for yourself, it makes it easier to let go of things that are no longer working for you. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. I don't want to invest in that anymore. I don't want to spend money on that anymore. I don't want to spend my time doing that anymore. And I think that's the right move. All right, it's getting dark. I'm going to light another candle. Maybe two? Is that better? Maybe? It's hot. And listening, Brian? Right? I would hope so. Did I miss someone? Hello, Kevin. How are you doing? Hanged Man, the Devil, and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. That's the indecision. I know what I want. I know I want a better future for myself, and I've been stuck dealing with this addiction, dealing with this problem. Thanks for stopping by. Yes, you may absolutely live, Brian, but probably need to do it in a different live chat because you on my last nerve right now. This devil card is usually aligned with things like addiction or codependency. It can also be about fear. It can also be about, I don't know if I can say anything to this person yet because I don't know how they'll take it. And I don't want it to end in, I never talk to you again, or you're mad at me, right? You got to do right by yourself. Do not set yourself on fire to keep others warm. Hello, Shakur, how are you doing? What else do we have? Knight of Swords in the reverse, Seven of Swords in the reverse, and the Five of Cups. You've been getting that Five of Cups a lot. If I don't make this change now, maybe I won't ever be able to work up the courage again. If I don't take this opportunity to go to rehab, I might not get that opportunity again. Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? And it's not always easy to be honest with yourself about the things that you need to change or the things that you need to stop investing in. But the real possibility of losing out on something that's important to them has been kind of festering. So our Emperor is working up the courage and I think finally having this conversation or making their departure. I don't want to keep doing these things or feeding into this codependent connection. With the King of Wands in the reverse, this is like I can't pursue this anymore. It's undermining the other goals that I have. It's making it so that I can't do what I really want. And I'm proud of you for being honest that you can make that change and that you need to. There are beautiful things waiting for this person once they make those changes. Hello, Melissa. How are we doing today? Thank you for the tip. Let me know if you have a specific question. And thank you, Miss Betty. I appreciate the sparkles. What else do we have? Ace of Pentacles. More with the circles, right? And the Queen of Wands in the reverse. This actually makes me really happy. Now, the Queen of Wands in the reverse, I generally don't like that card because it can indicate jealousy or a lack of confidence. But this is someone who hasn't felt very good about themselves. Acknowledging that part of the reason that they have struggled to feel good about themselves is because they have been stuck in this loop. And I'm proud of you. I'm actually like trying not to get like tears in my eyes right now because I'm that proud of you. You realize that you have to try, even if you have doubts from time to time, whether or not you can do it. I believe in you. I know you can make these changes. I know that when you are 6 months down the road or 12 months down the road, you'll look back and you'll think, man, I am so glad that I believed in myself. I am so glad that I made those changes so that I could be in this new place or start this new chapter, right? Hey Lotus, how you doing? All right. I will add that. Thank you, Melissa. And we are at 26 minutes, so probably just like 8 minutes or so, and then I'll start those personal questions. I hope you find that safe space. Hello, Ethan. I believe in you. So you might not have the confidence that you feel you need right now, but you can change that. You can still take a leap of faith, and you're going to find that you have more confidence in yourself down the road because you take that leap of faith. So we have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, Ace of Wands in the reverse, Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Eight of Cups. So here comes the difficult part, though. If the person that you're dating or your best friend, whoever the codependent partner is, if they are not willing to work on this, if they are not willing to start something different, if they do not want a new chapter, they want to just keep on doing the same thing, you got to block them. You got to cut them off. Maybe it's temporary. Maybe it's until they figure out their own ish, right? But this person would be a block to the changes that you want to make. So we have the Eight of Cups saying, you got to be able to walk away from that connection. Someday you can possibly reunite or reconcile. But if this is the difference between you being able to change your life or not, then walk away from them. They can make their own decisions and you can make your own decisions. Thank you, Third Eye. Is it because you can tell I really do believe in you? Look, life can be kind of crazy, you know? But I think the most important thing is to make sure that you're guarding that love and respect that you have for yourself that enables you and empowers you to recognize those crossroad moments in your life where you think, I mean, I could just keep doing the same thing, but I know I could do better. I know I could start that new chapter. I know I could make this change. So believe in yourself. Did I say hello to Carrie? Hello, Lotus. What's up? Hello, Rob. Lotus, I do recommend behaving. I have been on a bit of a tear today. Just a bit of a tear. Everybody's been on my last nerve. No, that's not fair. Not everybody. I could make a list, though. There's a few people that have been called out today. Uh-huh. Did I say hello to Rob? I think I did. Hello, Tiana. What is up? Oh, I love this for you so much. You are powerful. You are capable. And you're smart. You have the ability to reframe what it is that you want. The Nine of Cups is about a wish fulfillment. Maybe when you were younger, or maybe last year, you envisioned things in a particular way and that just doesn't work for you anymore. You're building a new vision for your future that involves a lot more stability and a lot less codependency. Again, I'm proud of you. All right. This is A Gamer's Ways. Hello, Kat. How are you doing? I'm not big on chocolate. There's like, I would say, a common denominator in all the chocolate that I like is that the main ingredient might not be chocolate. Chocolate might be like the secondary ingredient. So like Reese's, mostly peanut butter. Oh, that just reminded me. I have those Reese's peanut butter cups that are part Oreo. Girl dinner. Hello, what's up, Al Smith? How are you doing? Third eye, just because you go on a change doesn't mean that you can't still, every once in a while, raise a little hell. You can still do that. Mm-hmm. Melissa, if you're asking if this is still the general reading, it is still the general reading. So we have, I still don't know how to say this properly, you guys, but I think it's the Baird. Go ahead, make fun of me if I said it wrong. The Baird is not a taker. They prefer to give. They are able to tap into some unique kind of magic that lifts the spirits of those around them. Having a bard in your, did I just say it the other way? In your party is good for morale. Requires a vibe stat of 69 or higher. I did not make that up. It's on the card right there. So, look, homie, you make people's days. You're a happiness, like, why am I picturing like incense when people walk up and down the church aisle and they're like spreading the incense? You do that, but with happiness. The problem is it's like somebody threw a blanket over you. Hide your happiness or that sunshine energy. So that influence is the person that's codependent, right? Thank you, Al Smith. Yep. Al Smith, most people attach it to a super chat, but you can also donate a membership. Oh, that's up to you, Al Smith. I believe, depending on what you choose, it's like the more expensive ones hang out in the live chat for a little bit longer, so you get like a little bit of extra, I don't know, fame. But most people are probably doing like $5 to $10. So we've got water level. The developers are taking you out of your element and encouraging you to explore what's hidden beneath the waves. That's so perfect. What's hidden beneath the waves? Those emotions. Waves, water, that's aligned with, emotions. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So this card is perfect. The wild wets, yes, wets, not west, can be a dangerous place for anyone made of meat. So be sure to trust your instincts. Trust your intuition. It's going to help you realize that there's someone here who isn't being honest with you or is trying to manipulate you, right? It's easiest to work together when we can collaborate on the physical plane. Working with others can be a means to growth and progress for everyone in the party, as long as we all share a vision. All right, I like that. And anything else from the Kipper? Hello, Lee, how are you you doing? Going driveway fishing? That doesn't sound very good. But I hope you find the fish that you are looking for. So we have poverty, adjudication, and great fortune. Wow, they are really like throwing out all the stops for you all. This is saying you make this change in your life and you go from the poverty energy to the great fortune energy. This is you making that decision. You're like, I could do this. I know this other person's gonna be mad at me, but I should probably do that. This is good for me. And you go from not having what you need to having what you want and need. So your money gets better. Your anxiety goes down. Damn. Oh, they're going to get mad at me for saying that, aren't they? Distant horizons and family home. This is saying for some of you, it is important for you to change your environment. If you want to make a significant change, especially if it has to do with like drinking or any kind of substance like that, I would encourage you to change your surroundings. It makes it easier to see things as that was then and this is now. But this is saying you have someone here who wants to support the decision that you've made. Another indication that we want somebody to change their address. This card is about moving into, I think generally like a smaller place or maybe a more metropolitan area. And then we have sudden wealth. Your money improves because you made the decision that you needed to walk away from this codependent energy. All right, we're going to start with those personal questions. And this is the Golden Girls Tarot. Ooh, goodness. Yeah, that would be challenging. All right, so for Melissa, we have what is coming for me? Chariot, King of Swords in the reverse, Knight of Swords, Eight of Cups, and the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So I see there is a conversation that gets a little bit tense with somebody. I do feel like this is someone who feels like they can tell you what's up. Like they can order you around. I don't know if this is necessarily a boss or I don't know, maybe like a parent, but this could be someone who's a little bit self-important, right? This person's going to say something to you and the goal is to mislead you. But Melissa, I think you know what's up. I think you can tell that this person is mischaracterizing or misrepresenting the situation. So with the Knight of Swords, I see you saying maybe kind of like innocently or, just soft touch, kind of like, are you sure that's right? That doesn't sound right to me. When you walk away to do your own research or when you step away from this conversation, what you believe to be true is proven. So someone's going to try to lie to you, basically. And your intuition knows better than to believe them. See, there you are holding your coffee going, that don't sound right, Bob. What do you mean by that? It's probably not actually Bob. But this is you saying, I don't think that's right. The Six of Swords in the reverse says that this person's going to get a little bit moody with you. They're going to be irritated that you call them out. And that's fine. Let them be irritated, but you are right. And they're irritated because you're right. So with the Ace of Cups, this is basically saying if you need to remove your energy or block someone because they don't want to be honest about this, then I think you know how to handle that. But there is a possibility that when you have this conversation and you call them out on something that they've lied about, that they might actually admit, okay, you're right. I should probably not do it that way. Ethan, I wish you luck. You are more powerful than you know. You can make some changes and you might find yourself in a much happier situation. Let's see. All right, I'm actually kind of hungry, so I'm gonna go eat some dinner. But I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you're able to. Hello, John, and I will see you on the next.